Keon Johnson, who's had a career year all season.
Deep corner three. Keon Johnson's on a heater. Crosses. Johnson floats it in. +1. That was saucy. Keep draining shots like that. Keon Johnson with a long-range bomb.
What's up, Nets fans? We're back with another episode of Nets Film Focus, where we break down some X's and O's, and today we're very lucky to be joined by Keon Johnson himself, looking at some film from his breakout year. Keon, how are we doing?
Doing great.
Thanks for being here. First play I want to show you is your 2-point finishing. So basically throughout the year, that's a number for you that's gone up. Play this one through and just tell me what you're thinking.
This is a baseline out of bounds. The way I set myself up is I know it's coming to me, so I try and fly off early, giving my defender no time to blow the action up. So by me turning this corner early, he's kind of on my hip the whole time, on my backside, so I'm able to either get downhill, play off of two, and still be able to make the right read if Klaxman was to help. So yeah, just getting in under control, knowing that he's out of the play, and just eyes on the rim.
And something I want to ask about, you mentioned like a 2-foot finish, those big, powerful jump stops, I guess. Has that been a focus for you? Because you're kind of going off two more and more throughout the season.
It's been a big focus point for me because it keeps me under control, whether I'm able to shoot the shot or whether I'm making a decision for my teammates. So it just gives me more time and space to make that play or the read just a whole lot easier.
Is that something you and coaching staff go over in film, or do you kind of recognize that yourself?
I recognized it myself, but it's just something me and the coaches, we also talk about a lot too, because I do tend to speed up at times, so just an easier way to slow myself down.
We've really seen the maturation of Keon Johnson through this season. As his opportunity has grown, his confidence seemingly has as well.
Outside hero, blocked from behind by Russell. Keon Johnson. Oh, Keon can fly!
We're going to stay on offense. Throwing a lot of lobs, kind of off those actions this year, handoffs, pick and rolls. It's always impressive when you throw a lob over Wemby. Similar action here, I guess. What are you seeing? What are you thinking?
So whenever I come off the pick and roll and my defender is behind me getting downhill and getting 2 feet in the paint, make this big man step up and make a decision. I feel like I've gotten better at making my pass look like a floater. Whenever I get my 2 feet in the paint, I'm able to still keep my eyes on the rim and still see the big man at the same time, knowing that if he helps, Klax is wide open.
How have you developed the skill of putting, Chris Paul right here in jail? I'm sure that takes some working on.
When I turn the corner, I try and attack space to where he has to absorb the space and take it back up. So whenever I catch it here, me using a simple ball fake makes Chris Paul step up into my body, actually send me to the screen, and by Klax hitting him, gives me the advantage to turn the corner.
The next play, if you want to swipe to that, is a progression of these reads, right? So, you seem like you've gotten more comfortable reading the whole floor this season.
A lot of it is just where my eyes just continue to stay throughout the floor. During this play, I see that the biggest kind of at the level, the goal is to make the quick pocket pass, but Bam is so far up, I can't make the pocket pass. I'm reading the low man from this point. Right now, the low man is actually Tyler Hero. Since this is a single-side tag, Jaquez Jr. is kind of put into a messed up situation, so he has to either take this roller or he has to help onto the shooter, and so I see that he's got a foot in the paint. It's an automatic quick pass. Don't play with it, just get it to the next action.
At what point do you recognize that Jaime Jaquez is the help point and not Tyler Hero?
It's more so our own spacing. So right now, Jaquez Jr. is the low man. So if Tosan was to curl and I throw it to Tosan, Jaime's gonna be the one that's gonna help. And so whenever we change planes of the floor, the low man switches. So with me coming off this pick and roll and still seeing him in the same spot 2 seconds before is even more open, and great shot for a great shooter. So
Halliburton drives in, blocked by Johnson. Keon Johnson out of nowhere.
I wanted to include a couple defensive plays as well, and we talked about the hedges and the bigs, but as a point of attack defender, what is your role in that?
Starts with just physicality and trying to dictate where the ball is going. So we're in a blitz right here. My job is to get it to the screen, and Klax is telling me to ice right here and keep it on this side of the floor. Me not dying on the screen and getting back into the play creates the steal, and then just getting out in transition, rewarding my big man for communicating with me.
How hard is it to force a guy into a screen or want to fight over so you can get those steals?
The best thing you can do is just try and stay consistent with your calls. Klax is talking to me early before he gets across half court, so My job is just simple from this point because me getting back in front of the ball quick, our backside of the defense, their job is easy. They don't have to help as much. They don't have to fully rotate, and then Clax, he's able to get to his man. And so we're just pretty much dictating the whole floor. So just being able to trust the call and listen to the call and execute the call just makes everyone's job a whole lot easier.
The last play is also a turnover that really you forced. You've talked about dictating where the ball is going. It is, you end up icing the screen. Take me through this play and, yet another turnover forced.
That's just something that Coach Jordy preaches a lot, us picking up full court, and even just on the defensive end, just guard, we call it guarding your yard. He's got a lot of space to where he can drive.
Yeah.
But by me sticking onto his body, it's gonna make one passes hard to kick out, and then that finish is gonna be hard because he's finishing over 6 hands in the air. So if he makes that shot, we'll live with it. It could have been a turnover, he could have passed it out, but our defense would still be in the right spots to close out.
I like that you said that because, we talk about help and help at the rim, but how much of it is on you as the point of attack defender to sort of direct drivers into that help?
It's very important knowing that I've got Nick Claxton as one of the best shot blockers in the NBA.
And rejected, a block party for Claxton.
Threes hurt more than twos, so if I'm able to speed this dude up and guard this dude into getting his feet inside the three-point line, he's gonna have to make a tough finish over either me or he's gonna have to make a tough finish over Nick Clax. It's hard in the league to make plays like this for 48 minutes. It's just something that you gotta recognize real quick and then just stay solid and trust that, one, the guy on the ball is gonna do his job, and then the guys outside of the ball are gonna fan out.
Are there any, goals, things you want to work on, nail down, team or individual, just over these last 20-something games, whatever it is?
For us to make that extra hump, we're gonna have to take our attention level and focus just to a different level and just hone in onto our principles that we're trying to accomplish each game.
We'll all be looking out for that, and thank you for joining me on this episode.
Yep, thank you.